What is going on, everyone? Today we're going to be installing and reviewing these Auxito 7-inch off-road LED driving lights sent to me for test and review. The overall size of these lights is 7-inch tall by 7-inch wide and approximately 3.5 inches thick or deep, and they're dual function. They have an amber running or parking light function, which you can use for emergencies or parking, as well as the spot/flood pattern provided by the LEDs. It has a total of 20 Osram LEDs, 2 of them being for the amber parking lights, which are 3400K temperature color. The other 18 LEDs are for the spot/flood lamps, and those are a 6000K in color. The power output per light is, we have this in a pair, so per light is 100 watt output with 12,000 lumens. The operating temperature is a nice low -40 degrees Fahrenheit up to 180 degrees Fahrenheit. We have Clear Pro and Amber Pro lenses with a voltage operating range of 10 to 30 volts, primarily focused in the 12 to 24 volt range. Again, they are Osram powered LEDs, IP68 waterproof rating. These are also impact resistant lights, and the backs of the housings have big beefy cooling fins to help with heat dissipation. Now real quick, guys, before ordering, I need to show this to you as well. There are 2 different pigtail options or connector options you can pick. It comes with the standard short Deutsch connector, which is just the triangle connector itself with like 2-inch chunk of wire coming off of it. Here you can see the connector for the light, and then here's the small connector that you would get as default, and right where it goes off the picture there, it just ends. You got 3 wires, you got to connect those to whatever you want, make your own harness. So the standard one, it just comes with that triangle connector and then bare wires at the other end. You got to figure it out on your own from there, or you could add the option that we got, which adds about $25 to the price, but it comes as a full harness, plug and play, 3-position switch with a relay, the 2 triangle Deutsch connectors, and the power and ground ring connectors. So it makes things a lot simpler to save a lot of headache, and you're gonna have to use some sort of supplies anyways, even if you go the cheaper route. So this is the harness that we ended up opting for. We're gonna be using it today. It has an inline 20 amp fuse, just connects to battery, power, and ground, has a relay wired into it, and then it splits off, has your power switch for amber, as well as off, and the spot lamp function. It then splits off again, and you'll have your triangle plug and play connectors here for the lights. One goes to the left one, and obviously the other one will go to the right light. We already have one mounted up here. We are mounting these today on a 2020 Polaris General side-by-side UTV. These are specialty brackets made specifically for the General. I'll post a link down in the description if you want to purchase those as well. We're not going to cover how to install those in this video just because these lights are universal and can be mounted on anything, so we're just going to kind of focus on the specs of the light, how to mount them, and just kind of showing you guys how they work. So normally, as stated before, you would just tie in with this harness and connect to your battery, positive, and ground. This vehicle actually has an aftermarket switch pod installed, so right now we're just tied into the power and ground on the switch pod. Eventually we will put these wires to each individual power bank, and then they will work with the switch pod buttons in the cab. So here is the switch pod that we'll be using. We'll just add another little sticker to one of these lights, and we'll put one on for the amber and one for the flood. That way we can toggle them independently or turn them both on at the same time. So like I said, we've already got the driver's side one mounted up and plugged into the harness. As we showed you, it already works. We're going to show you how to mount up the other one right now in real time. I already have the second bracket mounted. Again, I'll link those down below if you happen to be putting these on a General. But yeah, we're going to just show you how to assemble the mounting brackets, get everything adjusted and installed. So again, the mounting brackets and hardware are included with the kit. You'll note that on the mounting bracket there's a circular hole drilled with some notches going around it, and then also slots cut out. You're going to take supplied small Allen head bolt with supplied small lock washer. Slip the lock washer on the screw, take the bracket, put it on the light. It's going to line up just like this. The main mounting hole has the notches around it as well. We want to focus on the smaller one here. It's going to go just like that. And then we will get the small Allen bolt started. I'm not going to tighten it all the way yet. Just get it started, and then we're going to flip it over and install the second one on the other side. Flip it over, same thing, small lock washer on the little machine bolt here with the Allen head, and just get it started. Now before we go any farther, we have to install the main mounting bolt, because once you put the other bolt through here, you can't get the big main mounting bolt in. So we have to be able to pivot it down like this. So we'll take the supplied M10 by 1.5 pitch mounting bolt, and it's gonna go through the top here. Again, it's important that you do it before you put the other bolt through the side, otherwise you can't pivot it down and get this done. And you'll see right here, there's two little holding tabs that hold the head of the bolt. So when you're tightening it, you don't need to hold it with a wrench. It'll hold it for you. Now that the main mounting bolt is in, we can take the supplied long M8 bolt, slide the supplied washer onto it, get the bracket lined up with that other hole, slip it through, and install the supplied lock nut. Again, just leave it loose for now. Then we'll take our rubber isolator. The hole is not perfectly centered. As you see here, the top section is a little bit taller than the bottom section. That corresponds with the mounting base here. The top portion is actually skinnier, so this would be the wrong way to put it on. It needs to be flipped like that. And as you can see now, it sits on here properly. You can push the bolt down, set it on here just to get an idea. We did have to cut our mounting bolt down a little bit just because of the design of this bracket that we got specifically for the General. So just bear that in mind as well. Depending on your mount, you may need to modify the mounting bolt or purchase a different bolt. This one we were able to just cut it a little bit shorter. All right, take your supplied M10 washer, slip it on the bolt, and supplied M10 lock nut. And again, the base should hold it for you. You'll need a 17 mil wrench or socket to tighten down that nut. So once you've snugged up with the 17 mil, your main mounting bolt, make sure before you tighten that down fully that you get your straightness adjustment figured out. We've tightened that down. Now we need to kind of adjust the pitch, the height, how high you want it. Our main objective for this one is kind of to shine slightly above and outward of the high beams that the vehicle already has. That way, when it's being used for plowing, since the plow kind of obstructs the headlights, these will be a little bit better for that. So we're going to take the supplied Allen wrench here and just snug down those small Allen head screws. You don't need to go too extremely tight. They're just kind of support bolts. They'll repeat the same step on the other side with the other Allen head screw. I've already tightened mine down, but just want to show you the other one is right over here. And now we can use a 13 millimeter socket and wrench to also tighten down the main pivot bolt if you're positive that you have your adjustments set right. You can always loosen this stuff up later and fine tune the adjustments if need be. Alright, so all the mounting hardware is secure. It's as stiff and secure as it's going to get based off of the mounting brackets being used. Again, factory connector here. So you'll take the triangle part of the harness, plug it into the light, make sure it's fully plugged in. We already have the harness, as shown earlier, attached to our switch pod power source. So now we should be ready to go. I always pop this off. Make sure the fuse is fully seated down, that's all the way, and then snap that back on. Make sure the relay is plugged in all the way, and then we should be able to flip it on. There's our parking lights off, and spotlight. I will link Auxito's website down in the video description below. Currently on Auxito's website, these lights are list price $399.99, but they're on sale for $299.99. But you can currently use coupon code LED pod lights, all one word, for an additional 20% off right now, which brings the kit price for 2 lights down to just under $240. So real quick, we're gonna turn the lights off in the garage here, give you kind of an idea of the light output. Then we'll pull it outside, rip this thing through the field real quick, just to show light output out there in an outdoors setting, and we'll wrap up the video. Again, what we're going for here, we turn the headlights on, we got the low beams. When we turn the high beams on, we want the spotlights to be just higher and out a little bit more, which is how we have it adjusted. It's looking really good right now. All right, so as you can see, guys, we are in the dark. Here's just the running lights on the general, and then we've got the parking / emergency lamps on the Auxito lights going right there. Nice dark amber. I should say they're a bright amber, but it's a rich amber color. It's not like a yellow, it's actually an orange. And we just have the parking lamps with the running lights. Now we're gonna turn, I'm gonna rotate the camera so you can see. We're gonna turn the low beams on for the side-by-side itself. All right, now go ahead, we'll do high beam. So that's factory high beam on the general, and then turn the Auxito ones on. And it just kind of enhances everything more. Now we'll turn the side-by-side headlights completely off. So that's all the Auxito lights. Again, we have them adjusted up a little bit higher, so we're not getting much pattern within like the first, I would say 20 feet or so. Then it finally hits the ground, and you can see it's projecting off of reflectors and lights way up there at the top of the hill. So that worked out pretty good for us. As you can see, the bugs really like the light. We've got some smoke in the air from the Canadian fires happening, and you can kind of see the light stream here. It looks pretty cool. We'll do some driving footage down the road here, and then, like I said, we'll bomb through the field and close out.
You make me feel like home. You turn around, I feel the breeze over me. You watch your dreams unfold. Let it come around and let it breathe over me. It's time to go away into the light. I feel the calming energy. I see the darkness coming, and I'm calling you to help me set me free. I'm calling for you. I'm calling for you.
All right, guys, well, there you go. Hopefully that's a good demonstration for you in terms of showing the light capabilities and how to install them. Again, I will list Auxito's website down in the video description, as well as the direct link to these lights and the coupon code for that 20% off. They do have the coupon code already listed on their website under the product as well. Hopefully this video helped you out. If it did, make sure you hit that like button, comment down below with any questions. Check out my other videos here on YouTube and check me out on all my socials. As always, thanks for watching. Have a great day.